Good morning, everybody. Now it is Sunday the 13th of August. Thought I'd give you a next update. Just 2 weeks before my first main show. I've got a little show, Surrey members show next Sunday. It's a week today. Don't need many for that, just a few vases of 3. I'm not growing anything specifically for it, but if there's anything ready, I should have a few bits off of the tuber stock to use for that, and possibly 1 or 2 water lilies and some miniature cactus a bit later. But just running through got some nice buds coming now. These are my water lilies, Tahi Ruby, and you can see where I've knocked a lot off this morning that were past their best. I could clear them up later. Some Gwyneth, and then there's my Cameo and some Pam Howden, just 10 plants of each. Had a few early blooms off them, really nice. I'm hoping they're going to keep going like that. They're my Rycroft Zoe. I picked a couple this morning that I let run early, and they were really nice, really lovely blooms. And a nice lot of buds there, and I think in a fortnight's time hopefully they'll be bang on for my Edenbridge Knoxes show big display that I do. There are a few candies, Clates candy I've got there. Not a big medium grower. I'm not a great fan of the mediums, don't seem to do a lot for me, but I have to grow a few for one show or another. I've got a few Hillcrest Duncan Edwards. Not too bad. I had to knock a lot back early. They budded up ever so early, but I got a few nice buds coming on those. Maybe not for 1 or 2, might be ready for a fortnight's time. Don't need many, but hopefully there's a few later ones coming that'll be ready the week after. I've got 3 plants of Clearview Sundance, which are just starting to open up already. I'm not sure about the centres. 1 or 2. I'll show you that one. Looking a little bit letterboxy, but never grown it before, and we shall see what happens with those. So I'm just going to let them flower. They might do something for a fortnight's time. Some of them only want 1 bloom, I think, or if there's enough I'll put something on my display. Clearview Edie, running a bit behind. I've taken quite a few buds now, so hopefully by Wisley they might be ready. If not, Surrey the week after. And there's my Valentines, which are looking quite good. I think I'm hoping that they're going to be spot on. I've got 2 or 3 coming early, a bit of early colour showing. Again, they might be a bit early for the Edenbridge Knoxes show, but there's only about 3 or 4 that are going to be too early, possibly, and they might be right. They take a bit longer than some of the others to come, so who knows. Let's go back around here, have a look at some of the other stuff. We'll start this in today. As you can see, my miniature cactus are already flowering away. I did I cut about 2 bucketfuls this morning, coming a bit early, but they are sort of cut and come again flowers. And I think I'll have plenty of buds. There's loads of buds coming, and further down the plant, so I think I'll be alright for the next few weeks for those. They've certainly settled down. There's been some lovely blooms on them so far. Then I've got some Hillcrest Jersey at the back there. Again, first year I'm growing that. I had 1 plant last year and it looked okay, so I'll give a few plants a go. And then I've just got some Irish Glow, only a few plants there, but they're looking quite good. I'm quite pleased with them at the moment, budding up nicely now. again, might have a few for a fortnight's time, and there's plenty coming. Hopefully there might be enough for a vase at Wisley if I need it. Then I've got some Greenway Zoe at the back there, and just a 3 odd plants that were sent to me from Les Stothard. It was supposed to be a nice new miniature ball, I think it was, but I believe the wrong tuber was lifted, so they might not be what they're supposed to be. So I'm just growing them, see what they come out like. They're about to flower in the next couple of weeks. And then I've got some a few Hillcrest candy down the back there, and 3 or 4 Vowels candy. Just what I picked up from our plant sale at Kent. Like I say, I don't grow many mediums, so don't need that many. But hopefully they'll come good in a fortnight. Nice few buds. Then I've got 2 double rows of Blight and Everest. Again, just starting to bud up nice, or budding up nicely. A little bit of colour on 1 or 2 just started. A few plants are a little bit behind. They were younger plants going in. So they'll do for the later shows, hopefully. That's another lot, and they're looking. I think I'll time them pretty much spot on for the Edenbridge and Ox's show, and I've still taken quite a few more buds, hopefully for Wisley. A big thank you to Dave Gillam for his advice on the Winholm Diane. I've certainly got them under control, more than I've ever had at this stage. They're all growing about 7 up. A little bit shy for buds just yet. I think I'm going to miss Wisley probably by a few days, so there might be enough for a vase. I've taken a few buds now, but I think probably Surrey I hopefully will have a good pick for, because they're getting there now, but I think certainly Wisley probably going to be beyond me this year, but at least now I know what I'm doing with them for the future. Fingers crossed. Sheeval Megan, looking really good. Really pleased with those. It's got a little bit of thinning out to do. Just got to strip down the stems, some of them, but I know they do come big, so I don't mind growing sort of about 10 up on those. They're quite a chunky flower, and some huge stems on them, so I'm not overly going to over strip them down, but they're looking pretty nice. I'm pleased with those. And then I've got a few Roger Turrell. Last year I didn't do anything with it, and it was a bit small, so I've stripped them down to about 7 up, and they're coming on. They're coming on, looking quite nice. Again, I've got to strip those down a bit. And then a few Oakwood Goldcrest. Again, looking quite nice. Might be running a little bit early for the Edenbridge and Ox's show. I think they're probably going to come in about 10 or 12 days time, possibly, so might not have many blooms for Edenbridge, but taken quite a few more buds since then, so maybe for the National might get a vase or 2. And then just my last few Canora Sunsets, my old favourites. Going to be struggling for the Edenbridge and Ox's show. Got a few buds just starting to break, so I might have enough for a vase. I'd like to have had a basket of them on display. I always like a nice basket full, but maybe not this year. Okay, well I'll stop there because this is going on for nearly 10 minutes, and then I'll do another one of my miniatures in a moment.